and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, we are live on Facebook, also live on YouTube when we go live on Synergy Network, Monday to Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. So as we go into a little update for you viewers, United National Congress, Women Arms, condemns what is described as an attack against Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the Ministry of Culture and Community Development, Michelle Benjamin, during an African Emancipation Day celebration over the weekend. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, now is the UNC Women Arms time. Why am I saying that? Under the PNM administration, we used to hear the women's arm coming out to condemn citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, coming out to condemn even the women's arm of our country, but coming out to condemn anybody in general. Now that the UNC is in power, it's the woman arms of our country under the UNC administration. Now, the group said women in leadership were being targeted with hostility and intimidation, stressing that political difference should never be used to justify disrespect. It also defended Minister Benjamin, arguing that she deserved the same courtesy extended to all political officials, and criticized that reactions of some attendees after it was announced that the Prime Minister would not attend the event at the Queen's Park, Savannah. Now, the Woman Arms noted that Mrs. Persad-Bissessar participated in other Emancipation Day activities and reaffirmed its commitment to defending women in leadership. So Trinidad and Tobago, I am not, listen to this, I am not going to boost any woman arms in any government ministry. You want to know why? Because when the PNM administration was in power, it was the same thing, a tit for tat. Now that the UNC administration is in power, I expect the woman arms of the UNC to come out and say something now. But what I am going to say, us as a people have lived for decades in Trinidad and Tobago. Since the very first president and since the very first prime minister governing this country, we lived among black, white, reds, individuals from this country, immigrants from other country. We have lived among one another. And we had slavery days until we became free. We were all living under the sky without hate, without discriminating, without pointing out who's the African and the Indian and the Spaniards and Amerindians. We were living in one accord. Until recently in this country, there is a big uproar that leads to division with different race and different culture. So I'm asking myself, how do we fix this? Because this was never like that. And we have leaders in authority coming out on platforms. Now, mind you, these leaders were once lawyers. They were once lawyers. And many are going to get vexed with me saying this tonight. These lawyers, all they work for is money to defend whether you're right or you're wrong. That's their job. We can't go against that. That's their job. Doctors, they are responsible for making sure your health is upright. Whether you good to them or bad to them, their duty in the hospital and the clinic is to see about you. But the race thing and the religion thing and the fighting against the Indian and the African, Where did this come from? Why does it have to lead to this? Why? You mean to tell me we, I'm putting party aside, we as a people, are we still in the mental days of slavery in our mind? Do we have to get leaders to divide us? Why is it that we have leaders in Trinidad and Tobago wants to spread hate and discrimination? Why? Is money getting to the head? Is power getting to the head? Is it because they're driving a nice car getting to the head? Is it because that they are a minister it getting to the head? We have ministers want to spread hate in this country. Why is that? We as the citizens, are we so stupid to listen to these people that spreading hate? Since last week, I wanted to address this matter, Since last week. When we have Indian Arrival Day in Trinidad and Tobago, instruments mixed together, a lot of ethnic groups come together. Whether you be an Indian, whether you be an African, whether you be a Spanish, whether you be a Douglas, whether you come from Guyana, whether you come from the USA, whether you come from England, everybody comes together to celebrate. Now we have emancipation now. We have people going out against ministers. We have people planning to sabotage. What the hell really going on in this 2x2 country with the people? And you know what is the sad part about it? The very, very sad part about it is that when you go in the market, you're seeing all different race and religion buying the same pumpkin for $2. When you go in the hospital, when you go in the health center, when you go in the mortuary, you're seeing the same Trinbagonians lying in a slab in the mortuary. When you go to a bar, different race and religion lying in the same bar, singing the same song. When you go to buy Panadol in the pharmacy, does it have race and religion in the Panadol? Are we such educated, dunce-head people at the same time? Having leaders who govern in the country leading us astray? How dotish are we? Let me talk some Trinidadian slang now. How stupid are we? I want to ask the educated Trinbagonians these questions. How morally dotish are we? You know who I get a dislike in this country? You see this young PNM leader, what's his name again? Marcel. For a big attorney, for a big minister in Trinidad and Tobago, for a leader in this country. See if we can get the Marcel video for me. Let me tell you something. For an educated man, so you claim, I don't know, so you claim. But why is it that you going up on a platform and saying they hate this and they hate we and they hate we from South and they hate we from Arena? Brother man, is the people who voted you out of power. Nobody hate you. But after your speech, people get to dislike you. They get to dislike you because of this. You think in Eric William days, you could have stand up on a platform and make that kind of speech? You have the video? Trinidad and Tobago is a disgrace in this country to see leaders standing up and doing this kind of nonsense. It's a disgrace. Now I'll tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. You see this man right here? This man is a black man born in Trinidad. He didn't born in the USA, neither England, to become a white man. Good? He born right here in Trinidad and he's a black man. My hair straight. And I born in the same country. It is a third world country we from. We still have lagoon in our country. I want him to understand that. Lagoon in our country. And you want to spread a talk about the hate in the north and the hate in the south. Brother man, you is a leader in a political party. You leading in the community. People looking up to you. And when you start to spread nonsense like that, we don't hear about you again. After you make your speech, dies it, you're gone, you disappear. You got the video? So Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this video. Again, I want to remind all you, we don't tolerate this. Listen to this.
Whenever they say PNM people on social media, the me is the new N-word. They hate African people, they hate black people, they hate people from Bissau, they hate people from Silas, they hate people from Maloney, they hate people from Lakota, they hate people from the trade line, they hate people from Arima, they hate people from Kainaj, they hate me.
So Trinidad and Tobago, tonight I want to talk about the hatred that is being spread across this country. I have a whole script here, you know. I have a whole script, but nobody seems to be talking about it. Nobody seems to be calling to put an end to this nonsense that is taking place. Marcel talking about hate, and the hate, and the hate. Let me tell you something. Marcel saying, N is a new word. So I want to ask Marcel, when clogging birds, and I want this to go back to Marcel. When clogging bird bring out property tax on the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, whether you're black or you're white, whether you're Indian, you're African, you're Douglas, you're Spanish, everybody had to pay it. Those same people who sit down there and clapping for him, those same people had to pay property tax, and if they fail to pay it, and I want myself to understand this, whether you're Indian, whether you're African, whether you're Douglas, whether you're Chinese, and you're living here, if you didn't pay it, you're a bit charged under the new legislation, clogging bird implemented in Parliament as $5,000 as a criminal offense. So Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. You see this hate talk that is being spreaded by people who govern in this country, by people who sitting down in the parliament, by people who protesting on the streets. Let me tell you something. We are living in a white man country. We living in a damn third world country. Where we the citizens, when we go in the hospital, whether we are Africans or whether we are Indians or whether we are Chinese, you cannot get Panadol. So get all yourself and all your mind in a certain area that it wouldn't have race and religion between us. How could we be so stupid as a people? How could we be so dumb as a people? How? I am asking myself on a live program that is broadcast around the world. How is it we as a people in Trinidad and Tobago come about this hate and come about this division where the Africans and the Indians and the Spanish and the Chinese, where did hate come from? Because when the Africans and the Indians and the Spanish and the Chinese go to the United States, all you're working under the white man. All you're working under the white woman. All you ain't studying about race and religion. You know what all you're studying to do? All you're studying to go in a country, work for the US currency, and come back in Trinidad and Tobago. So why are we spreading a propaganda of hate and race in Trinidad in this country? Even in Tobago. Why? Why is that? Could somebody tell me why? Could somebody tell me why Marcel decided to go and make those speeches on a platform? myself a big attorney and all, fail to realize it is the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that voted the PNM party out. They hate. All let's see the agency structures in Maloney, by the way. All let's see the road condition throughout Trinidad and Tobago. In the UNC constituency and the PNM constituency. Did you all see it recently gone by for the last 4 or 5 years? So who is hating on the road? Who is hating when electricity go and it come back and blow your television and your fridge? Who is hating when you go in the hospital and you can't get proper care? Who is hating when you're going to a school and it pests with cockroach and rats and roaches? Who is hating on that? I'm going to tell you something. It's sickening to know we as a people, whether you're UNC, whether you're PNM, or whatever political party you belong to, it is sickening to know that we're spreading hate. It's a disgrace to see a black man who born in a country, in a third world country, going up on stage and telling them about they hate and they hate you and they hate you and they... Why you don't go New York? Why you don't go England? Why you don't leave the country if somebody hates you? Why? When property tax come out, you wasn't spreading hate. When gas went up, you weren't spreading hate. It's sickening to know we have leaders in this country, and that is what they're doing to divide our country. All because what? You're out of governance, you're out of a party, you have no power anymore, so all of a sudden it's hate and hate and hate. But when you was there, you did nothing good. It's a disgrace now to see a prime minister in the country not attending a festival that is celebrated for freedom once in the country. It's a disgrace too. Why are we in this country allowing a political party to divide us? Why? We that dotish? You see tonight? Tonight is only Trini slang all I'm going to be hearing. All I'm going to be hearing my language from my country. My language from Trinidad. You know when Carnival comes around, all race and religion jumping on the streets of Trinidad and Tobago. When Juve start, all the religion, race, all that jumping on the streets in Trinidad and Tobago. Christmas in our country, all the race and all the religion celebrating. But today we're talking about hate and violence and hate and discord and hate and division. Why? Why are we doing that as a people? Why? Ask yourself why. You know, we can't ask ourselves that. We cannot ask ourselves that. You know why? You want to know why? Because we're stupid. Because we dotish. Because we illiterate. You know why I'm saying that? We have leaders in parliament running the country, and whatever them say, whether you're educated or you're dotish, you're jumping up and clapping. Hooray! That's how foolish we are in Trinidad and Tobago. That is how dumb and dotish we are in this country. You know why I am saying that? You don't want to know why I am talking like this? Because it is spreading bigger and deeper and wider. That is why. And who is going to put a stop to it? Who is going to put a stop to it? Well, I don't expect this one to put a stop to it. I don't. Because for an educated person, and that's where you're spreading on stage, I don't expect better. Caller, good night.
Hi, my brother. Good night, my brother Saeed. Good night.
Good night, good night. Go right ahead, you're live.
Yes, Mr. Saeed, while Michelle was talking, it was very embarrassing with that woman. I sure she's a grandmother, she's a mother, and she's a wife also. She didn't have to get on like that. The way what she said, it didn't have to be like that. You understand? The minister talking, it was on Emancipation Day, and Miss Lady, it was disrespectful. It was not good taste with you, and I could tell you that because I'm a grandmother and a mother also. It was nice for a woman. You know, sometimes you sit down here and you're watching how everything intact. And then, you know something, they have some people, some of them want to divide us. They want to divide the citizens of this country. We need a good country. We need people who we could sit down, who we could sit down and say something good when the day comes. We don't need all those things what's going on, right? All you out of it now. We inside of it now. And we should have the benefit of the doubt. We should have a chance. Instead of that, all you're trying to divide us. You understand? But we will stand up. We have to stand up and let all you know that the Honorable Prime Minister is in charge of this country now. Right? All you had all your time. All you had all your day. Leave her alone, let she run the country in peace. You understand? But she has sense. She has sense, and she's very informative what's going on. She is not a stupid woman. All you feel because she's quiet and things. No, she knows exactly what she's doing. But some of you too disrespectful.
Yo.
Let's have a nice country now. Let everybody...
Thank you, my dear. Thank you, my dear. I do apologize for that. But Trinidad and Tobago, we are going too far with this division. We are going too far with this division. Whether you be a PNM minister, whether you be a UNC minister, whether you be a PNM citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, voted PNM, whether you be a UNC individual, voted UNC, it's going too far. Every day on social media, every day on a press briefing is something about hate and division and separation and fighting down this one and fighting down that one. It's a disgrace. The UNC and the PNM, let me tell you something. We on an international stage here when it comes to media. All over the world is looking at us. And to have ministers from opposite side going in press conference and going in media briefings and going in parliament and want to spread the division and the hate among 1.4 million people. Well, if that is what all they're doing, all they don't need to be there setting examples for others. Kola, good night.
Good night, Saeed. I have issues, you know. What moral authority does the PNM have to talk, whether be it crime, be it the economy or whatever? What did they have been there for 10 years and they have been a dismal failure, sir? Now, in their time, you had crimes in excess of 700 because there are a lot of murders, a lot of crimes that was unclassified. How, why is it now they are opposed to, this plan to bring out army and this?
Yes.
Because we have to try everything that is possible. They had their time and they failed. Now, this other nonsense what they're talking, the PNM is talking about that indentureship and slavery is different. It is the same thing, sir. It is the same thing. One was, the indentureship is slavery on a different name. So if it is that the East Indians need reparation to as well then so be it. It's not that PNM is going to pay that money. I think what they should have done is to have a united front because we had both in Indians and Africans suffer the same consequences, and let Great Britain pay whatever has to be paid. But when you come out with that kind of hatred, PNM is only spilling hatred. Our government right now is trying to have, unity. But everything, look at Karim Marcel, look at, Penelope Bettles, everything. They had their time and they were failures, sir. So it is time now. And Saieed, I would like you to look into something. There was a few years ago, sir, where a child, I don't know whether that child had passed common entrance or not, and they take that child out from somewhere, they never disclosed the mark, and made that child the top SES student. And when the rightful SES students, threaten legal action, then they say they're making a tie. That is something I would like you to investigate. Because I would like to know, under the PNM, what exactly they did correct. Every day you hear some kind of thing coming out. What did they have to do correct, sir? Thanks a lot.
Thank you, my friend. Too much hate being spreaded in Trinidad and Tobago. A little 2x2 country. 1.4 million people. And you going to tell me ministers decide to go on platform to spread hate. When you go in the grocery, everybody buying the potato. All the race, all the religion, all the ethnic groups, everybody buying the potato to cook. When you go in the market and you see fish, everybody buying the fish. Everybody buying the beef. Everybody buying the pork. Everybody buying the pigtail, wherever it is, that's the goat, everything. You go in the market and you're buying meat, whether you're African, whether you're Chinese, whether you come from the other half of the world. Why is it that hate is being spreaded? Why? Is there anybody from the PNM could come out and say stop spreading the hate? Is there anybody in the parliament or in the UNC or in the Senate could come out and tell Trinidad and Tobago stop with the hate? What about all the lawyers we have in this country? What about all the judges we have in this country? Where are these people? Where are these people that's supposed to keep the peace in our country? Where are the peace givers? Where are the peace talkers? Where are they today? Where are they? Sitting down and watching the black kill the white. But you know what? Trinidad and Tobago, we don't have the black kill the white. Because once you're born in this country, you're a third world citizen. There's no black or white. You're black. You're black, and you're damn black. Call her, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Just want to tell you that you're doing a good job as usual. And yes, of course, you are right. It's true. Just wanted to let you know that everything is going well concerning, watching your program for the past good couple months. And we just want to big up from the Rio Claro area here.
Thank you so much, my dear.
Thank you.
So I'm asking again, why can't a magistrate come out in a press briefing or a media briefing and advise the politicians, advise the parliamentarian, advise the president, advise the Senate, advise the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that spreading hate is our charge? Can anybody in the Law Association come out and talk about the hate spreading? Can anybody in authority come out and talk about the disgrace that our country is being viewed at from an international level? Can anybody come out and say anything? Could the radio station, could the press, could the TV station, all those famous anchors who say they're popular, could somebody come out and write a column about the hate that is being spreaded in Trinidad and Tobago? Where's the president on this? Where's the president who holds the highest office seat in our land? Where is she? Is she dead or is she alive? The Africans are being robbed in Trinidad and Tobago. The Indians are being robbed in Trinidad and Tobago. The Chinese are being robbed in Trinidad and Tobago. The Spanish are being robbed in Trinidad and Tobago. How nobody could talking about that? How politicians ain't talking about that? It's stinking sad to know that 1.4 million people want a division with multiple ethnic groups in this country. And nobody is coming out to say, stop the hate. Stop the hate talk. Stop the division talk. Stop the violence crime. Where is the head of the police in all the divisions? Where is the councillors? Where is the senators? All the independent senators, where are they today? Everybody has their mouth zipped and locked tight. What is fueling the hate and the discrimination? What is fueling the division that we are having in this country? You want to know where it starts from? Pop myself it. You want to know where it starts from? On a platform. On a platform. A government minister, a man in parliament, a man who said he was an attorney,
whenever the
and on the other side, where they don't talk about is when they had to carry out a child one time for the month. The Africans had to carry out a child one time for the month according to Marvin Gonzalez. The Indian have to carry out a child one time for the month according to Marvin Gonzalez. The Chinese had to carry out a child one time for the month. The Douglas had to carry out a child one time for the month. So by me saying this now, where is the hate coming from? Where? So tonight I am saying, whether we are UNC, whether we are PNM, when you go in the market, it's the same Irish potato you're buying. The same Irish potato. You know why I am using him as an example, Trinidad and Tobago? And for the wider world to understand, this is a government minister in Trinidad and Tobago went on a platform and said they hate we on the north, they hate we on the south, and they hate we all over. I am here to tell this brother, both of us born in Trinidad. Both of us are leaders in the country. We had to be stupid to believe they hate we and they hate we and they hate we. So again, I ask myself, how do we fix this? How? How do we fix this? How do we put an end to the discrimination that is being spread widely in Trinidad and Tobago? How do we put an end to the division that is being widely spread in Trinidad and Tobago? How do we fix this? There's different race and religion in the parliament. There's different race and religion in the hospital. There's different race and religion in the courthouse. There's different race and religion in lawyers. There's different race and religion in teachers. There are different race and religion in taxi drivers. You're selling in the market, there's different race and religion. You're hustling water siding by the roadside and on the highway, there's different race and religion. So I want to know where the race and the religion talk coming from. Where is it coming from? Where is the union that we have in Trinidad and Tobago? Where are they? When are they waiting to come out and say something concerning the race and the religion and the division and the hate that is being spread in this country? Where are the damn leaders who's supposed to be setting an example in Trinidad and Tobago? Call a good night.
Good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead, your life.
Right. During the week after Sunday or Saturday, in the emancipation thing where they say Karma should have gone there. I don't know if people was in Trinidad and Tobago that 3 people were arrested for threatening the Prime Minister's life.
Yes.
There was a taping or a phone conversation to put a bullet in your brain.
We understand that.
It, Mr. Saieed.
Yeah.
So I was not encouraging this woman to go there because that's crazy people who grow up with each other and murdering out each other. So one of them, the people who I understand their money, pay a gang leader, hey, go down one day when she come down in that place to talk, blow her she brain. You know what the people were saying she was supposed to go there? Oh God, we're sorry, you know what? She got threats, she didn't go. The woman know why she didn't go there.
Thank you, my friend. I'm going to tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. Every day it is being spread widely. Every day go by, it is being spread widely on social media, on the press, on conference. How do you think we, as a people, look in the eyes of outsiders? How do you think people would view our judiciary system? How do you think outsiders are viewing our ministers and our senators and our parliamentarians? How do you think they are looking at them? You have a call? Call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed. Great program as usual. Very sadly, where we are in this country, a lawless society, a reckless society. I want to know where the president is. We have a president in this country. Citizen, we have a president in this country. Where is the president on all of this? All this that is happening, all this race talk and division. Come out and make a statement. Come out and say something so that this country will go forward. We are ready yet to go forward, you know. All this rubbish AI and all kind of thing we're talking about. We are ready yet to go forward, you know. Anyway, I am advising all the citizens in this country that is in a position to make changes. Use your power, use your authority to ensure this SOE it comes to an end. The United States ambassador is very concerned about the SOE. And many countries in the world looking on at us and using SOE. This SOE must come to an end and clean the police service up and let us get intelligence. Let us put people who will get intelligence to catch criminals. Clean the police service up as nothing will happen in this country. All the 30 posts they're talking about, that is a free way to allow criminals and the partner who selling drugs and transporting guns to pass freely. That's what it is all about. And I support Gary Griffith with all what he said. That's not going to help. So Mr. Saieed, great program. You keep up the great work you're doing. This country will change. I'm certain about it. With you taking a leadership role as what you are doing now, we will change this country. God bless you and your staff. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So I'm asking Trinidad and Tobago citizens, How do we fix it? How? Somebody call in and tell me, how do we fix it? Where's the opposition today? Where's the UNC ministers today? Coming out to tell the citizen, stop it. Are we going to remain stupid? Are we going to remain dumb and dotish? Are we going to let politicians who were voted into office to cause a division among us? Never forget Trinidad and Tobago. Never forget that Clongenberg wanted to charge you $5,000 as a criminal offense if you ain't pay property tax. And I want Marcel to understand that. Because Marcel is an African. Clongenberg is a what? Put Clongenberg picture. Clongenberg is a what? Look at it straight here, man. I'm using these two people as representative. So we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, will understand what I am talking about. Both of them from the PNM administration. The reason why I am using this is for you all to understand. This one talking about hate. They don't like we and they don't like we and they don't like we. What the next one? And this one implemented property tax and laughed at the Baigan people and the Baji people and the people who selling pumpkin in the parliament. And my hair straight just like his own. So where is the race coming from? This is what I want to ask you all. Where is the division coming from? I want to know. Because I can't use the term of Marcel being an African spreading hate. While we have Imbert. Where Imbert? While we have this man here, who is an Indian like myself, bringing out taxes for the red, the white, the black, the African, the Indian, the Spanish, the Douglas, the Chinese, bringing out tax. The sad part about it, if you don't pay your tax, you will be charged. So does it have a hate under the Indians or the Africans or the Chinese or the Spanish or the Douglas? No, it don't. It don't have a hate. It have, if you don't pay it, you will be charged. You will face in the court. How more dumb can we be as a citizen? How much dumber? And I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to the Africans, I'm talking to the Indian, I'm talking to the Chinese, I'm talking to the Spanish, I'm talking to the Syrians, we're talking to everybody, I'm talking to everybody in Trinidad and Tobago. So I want to know where the hate coming from. Where is it coming from? Got picture of Marvin Gonzalez and Rohan Sinanan. I'll show you something. Where is the hate coming from? So here we have Marvin Gonzalez, former Minister of National Security, former Minister of Works and Transport, I believe the former minister, now works on transport, Minister of Utilities. So we hear this one. Utilities. Let me talk about the water and the light bill in Trinidad and Tobago. Anybody get 100% water thus far after he been in there? No, the Africans still suffering for water. The Indians still suffering for water. The Chinese still suffering for water. The Douglas still suffering from water. We still. But Rohan Sinanan now. I'm showing you something. I want you to understand. Rohan Sinanan works as transport minister. How much good road we have in this country now? How much good roads are using people who are there for multiple years? Good? Nice. How much good road we have in Trinidad and Tobago? Diego Martin, Sawa, Sando, Mayaro, Siparia, Pinal, Barapo, Princeton, Manzalena. We have good roads? Where's the hate coming from? Do we have good roads? Who driving on the stinking dirty condition and poor-ass road in Trinidad and Tobago? The Africans driving on it, the Indian driving on it, the Douglas driving on it, the Chinese driving on it, the Syrian driving on it, the Portuguese driving on it, the Japanese in Trinidad and Tobago driving on it, and his own driver driving on the same damn road they didn't fix. Now get some UNC ministers for me now. Tonight I explain to you where the hate coming from. We are to be the most stupidest set of people on the planet. The most dumbest set of people, but yet the most educated set of people. You know why? Anywhere we go in the world, look at Trini who do that rob there. At Trini try to outsmart that one. Is that Trini who get gunned down there because he pulled a gun? Is that Trini who stabbed somebody there? We so dotage until we so stupid, but yet we brilliant. I'm going to see Kamala Prasad business. Tonight I educating you. Too much of damn hate spreading. Prasad business, where's she? She's the Indian Prime Minister. Now I finished with the PNM and starting with the UNC because I want to know where the hate coming from. UNC-led Prime Minister. Campaign on one thing. But when you reach into power, you divert and you tell the citizens something else. No new taxes. But you know what we had? We had an increase in penalties. Everybody jump up. No new taxes, no new taxes, no new taxes. I bet you they implement taxes. You know why? The penalties went up the ladder instead of new taxes. A new format, a new drive, a new way. Hear this now. He's not an accountant. And the president of a financial institution for nothing, you know. New ways. Where's David Jonathan? Put him up one time. Minister, the ministry, an increase. And you know what? New penalties. Increased fines. That is what you get. So where the hate coming from, Trinidad and Tobago? I want to know. Where the division coming from? You know who feeling it? I want Marcel to understand this. I want Rohan Sinanan to understand this. I want Marvin Gonzalez to understand this. I want this man to understand this. I want the whole UNC and PNM administration to understand this. You know who feeling it? The citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who voted them inside. They are the one that is feeling it. Put a Barry Padarat.
We campaigned on...
Tonight I already follow Trinidad and Tobago. Claim Trinidad and Tobago. Hear this, eh? Security at risk. People want to gun them down. People want to go after them. People want to shoot them. It is alleged that people want to murder them. It is alleged that people going after them. But you know what? Where are they? Where are they in party highlighting themselves broad in the open? Where the hate coming from? I want to know. Where is the hate coming from? Put him up on the back screen. So Trinidad and Tobago, where the hate coming from again? I want to know. I want to know where the division is coming from.